if you just do it, it'll turn out okay. Now, I haven't done a solo episode in such a long time. I really don't like doing them, but this is just something I got off my chest now. This rant has been building up for such a long time. Oh, past week or month or so. Well, as you all know, the Supreme Court recently said, well, they actually deny abortions. But they more recently uh, let the states control them. But some of the states lets the church or Bible control what they do. Of course, they'll write all his own, but well, I was a Christian for like the first 3 or 5 years of my life. I don't know if I still am or not at this point, but I learned through the years away from being in church and stuff. I've learned that letting your religion control your politics and ideas is not good, especially knowing history and stuff. And it's why America was founded in the first place. Where and over in Europe for a long time, most wars were over different Christian groups fighting each other, the Catholics or the Protestants or Eastern Orthodox, fighting over which one was right. And that's just stupid. And people who want America to be a theocracy where the religion controls the government, I think that's fucking stupid too. Well, even if now about this abortion thing, where you think, even if you think, hey, I'm white, even if you think that, or don't know where life begins in the womb, if you think it starts at conception, or think it starts at 7 months old, or when it's born, or you think when it can survive on its own, that's not the point of the pro-choice thing. The point is, it doesn't fucking matter. It's going, yeah, right now. It doesn't fucking matter. It's not your choice. It's not your opinion. It's not your, it's not your opinion. And what really puts us over the edge, for me at least, is my state, Ohio, wouldn't let a 10-year-old or her parents, I guess, choose how to live their life. Now, this isn't like even if you're like, even if this is like a teenager having sex with another teenager or something, make a mistake, whoopsie, oh well. But it's a 10-year-old being forced by an adult who probably can't have the mental capacity to say no, even if they wanted to, or the decision to say no, forced to carry a baby. And even if, like, you think this baby has the right to live or not, isn't really the question. I guess kind of is, but can a 10-year-old even physically even carry a baby to term when the baby probably, like, I don't know, I forget how big 10-year-olds are, but it's like going to be like at least a fourth of the damn weight of the kid. You know, like 10-year-olds aren't that really that big. I know I was 10 once, and like a baby would be like a fourth of her size, maybe. Is that even? I don't know. I'm just guessing here, but like, come on. Not only physically, but mentally capable. What are they gonna do uh with her fourth grade education? Yeah, or even emotionally capability. And I know a lot of adults. I know a lot of adults or young teenagers and adults are that are emotionally capable of caring for a kid. And you expect a 10-year-old to? I mean, and this is my state. I didn't even know how. What the word I'm thinking for it? How my religious my state even was up in North Ohio. I thought all the crazies were down south in the Bible Belt, but I guess I think be wrong since the Creation Museum is like an hour away from in Kentucky, like an hour away from Ohio, like right next to Ohio, pretty much. Because I never realized how realistically doctrine Ohio was. You know, this listens to me subscribers. I don't care because this is just oh. Just my opinion, not, but just makes me so angry. Oh, God. Over emotional. Uh, as much as you can, in your opinion on where the states' rights versus the federal rights are, I'm going to do an episode on that eventually, hopefully. Like actual people know what they're talking about, but it's like the what's the word? Back in the Civil War, some people say it was about states' rights versus national rights, the states' rights, to decide their own choice. But sometimes the states choose wrongly. And this is one of those times that my state choosing wrongly. Like I said, I am not, I listened to a tweet before, but pro-choice does not mean pro-abortion. You can you can not like abortion, but still no, it's not none of your business. It's between the mom to be and the baby to be, and maybe the dad to be if if they like had a mutual decision together to to have sex. Not like, of course, not like when an adult rapes a 10-year-old. That guy had no choice. That guy should have no choice whatsoever, in my opinion. But yeah, just yeah. Oh, and for those people, also in my opinion, for those people who try to try to use the opposite effect of pro-choice for the vaccine and stuff. Well, unlike an abortion, choosing not to take having an abortion affects just you and the possible baby. Not taking a vaccine affects you and everyone you come in contact with, because that's how viruses work. They travel things. Abortions don't travel to other people. They stay in you. Again, ranting about that. People that use that excuse for stuff. Oh, just wow. Mm. And Yes, that is correct. A, but hey, then B, glad you're still up right now. But yeah, that's really. I don't know. Probably had more to rant about, but now I lost my train of thought because I'm angry and stuff. Yeah, my state, of course, this might be illegal. I don't know this might be illegal for me to talk about in Ohio right now because the Supreme Court's like breaking down all the walls that we built up in the past 50 years. They say they're not going to, but who knows at this point? Like they've already broken down they're trying to break down the walls between the First Amendment between religion and state government and religion at this point. State and church and state. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, and it's uh, like I heard this before. Like like I mentioned like in the shooting thing. Some people were saying that if you put the prayer back in the church, back in the school, then there's not any more shootings. No, what? Because believe it or not, some of those shootings were in schools or church were made by religious fundamentals. Not all of them, of course, but a lot of them are. And and hello, you can pray in schools, people. I did in the 90s at lunch and stuff. I silently prayed or whatever. Uh, Students can pray because I did. I know wasn't legal for me to do it in the 90s. What was illegal was for teachers to make kids prayer like that football coach did. I don't know if he made him or not, but probably when you're uh authority figure does it in the middle of public and stuff. I'm not. Maybe they want to. Maybe you want to do, or maybe you feel obligated to do it. I don't know. I wasn't there, but I don't know. Maybe all the students there were happy doing it, but maybe some weren't. Again, I don't know. But the point was not to stop prayer from school. The point was for other students, like wow, nice. Is like is to protect other kids, like people that don't either believe in God, don't believe in your God, like Jews or Hindus or whatever, or even other Christians whose prayers will be different than yours. I know the basic of Christianity is the same, Jesus and stuff, but it's like there are, but there's still many different denominations and stuff, and they're not all the same. I mean, sometimes the core runs are the same, but like some don't believe in they believe you can lose your salvation. Other ones think salvation is forever. And in that case, when I believed in, I guess that means I'm still safe Christian. I don't know, but some people don't believe that. Every church prays differently, so every religion prays differently. And so making them all pray the same, not good. And, and what else? Another thing is, I'm afraid to commit a theocracy at this point. America's that's what I really believe that's what the religious right, fundamental right wants. To be an America where the Bible controls everything. Not to say that some of the things are you know are cool and all or not. I don't know. Maybe not at this point. I don't think they are at this point. But saying who you can and can't love, like they want some of the states to go down to outlaw gay marriage again, because again, Supreme Court did it like 10 years at this point, like 8 years ago at this point. But who knows? They might, like decide, let the states decide again, and so now that your marriage that you've done in the last 8 years is like, nope, you're not married anymore. We say you're evil now, and you're sinning, whatever that effing means at this point. But yeah, it's like, just because the Bible says it's wrong, apparently it's wrong now. But no, they fought for that right forever, slowly and surely. And now we're just going backwards again. Now we're just going backwards. What's next? One of the Supreme Court's, justices is interracially married. But, back in the day, that was illegal too, that was the death sentence, and we're just going backwards at this point. I used to think, whatever conservative means, but now I think it's a bad conservative. It means it's not saying the same at this point. It's not conservative. Conservative is at this point, in my opinion, isn't trying to stay the same. Sure, what we have, it's going backwards to what we had in the 50s or beyond, or at this point, the 1850s. Like the 1950s. Like, come on now. Oh. Like, they thought it was like in the 50s or 40s before that, they thought it was properly fine to have different kids that weren't white or whatever in different schools because, they were separate but equal. But they weren't really, were they? Because they didn't want the racists to mix together. Because they were fucking racist. I mean, that. I think someone said this on a thing. You have the right to wave your fist, but that right stops when you hit somebody in the nose with it, or something like that. I forget exactly how the phrase went. But yeah. Yeah. I never realized how important. You never realize how important rights are until taken away from you. And I'm sure you have families out there who might be gay, trans, or whatever, lesbians or queer. I forget how that thing goes, or bi. But man, a lot of you love them. I want the best for them. There's a lot of you who take the Bible too seriously. It might just, what's the word? Disown them, because even now. But yeah. But yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. You want to know what the theocracy looks like? Look no further than Saudi Arabia. Of course, it's a Muslim theocracy, so it might be slightly different, but probably not. They let their religious book control everything, and we're in a when we're in a. I don't know if they'll have to work here, without the word masks and stuff. Of course, they can't wear masks because masks are evil, obviously, apparently, But when we were back in the days where women have to wear dresses or skirts, and men have to wear suspenders or hats, whatever, everywhere they go. That's You look back at this time and say, what the fuck? So, yeah, that's my not so random rant about all this issues right now. I said, if I lose subscribers or lose friends, I don't care about your subscribers. I guess we weren't your friends to begin with. And subscribers I lose because of this, I don't really care. But anyways, that's really all I can think of at this point. Probably more stuff to think about, but I can't really think this time. That's the problem with a solo episode. You don't have a person to have words off against. Which is why I don't like doing them. Other people's opinions, even if they match yours or not, to talk against. But anyways, that's all. Next, on the positive note, next week, hopefully, I'm planning to have an episode about amphibians. So I need to reach for that one. And that's really all, honestly. Also, in the episode about states' rights, we'll take an expert about that. But anyways, thanks for listening to my rant. Thanks for staying subscribe if you didn't. Like this video if you can, and share it with all your friends. In the meantime, this is more important than ever. This is the education at this point. Oh yeah, education. Another thing. Like, at this point, who knows? Maybe creationism will be back in schools again at this point. Because it was a Supreme Court decision that made it saying creationism was religious, and to do stuff like that. So maybe that will be back in schools again soon. Because, screw science at this point. Screw history, screw science. But like I said, more than ever, at this point, never stop learning and enjoy the randomness. I'll see you next time. Hopefully in a better mood. Bye.